Hello and welcome. Today we have a VOD review on Eichenwalde. Looks like a goldish Genji. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. So let's get into it. So you're running a 2-2-2, but this is a super cool comp. You're running the Winston and Reinhardt, interesting. The Widow and the Genji, I love it. And then a more standard Zen and Anna. I think this comp is totally reasonable. Let's make sure that you actually are keeping this comp though. Yeah. Okay, you guys are keeping this comp. Great. Cool. So what do you do as Genji for this map with this comp? Actually, the comp doesn't matter so much. What I want you to do is immediately look for flanking routes, either on the right side or the left side, getting deep behind the point. Use your cooldowns to get there if necessary. Get health packs, then wait for your cooldowns. Then you start engaging, you get on the point, you dance with your opponents. You're not looking for kills necessarily. You're just looking to relieve pressure from this choke over here, to take resources away from there and then pull it to the point. That's your only job here. And then kills are a bonus. If you instead just kind of poke here, if you do that dance that everyone does on the choke, that's not what you want to do. That's what the defense wants. They want that battle to take forever and, have that poke battle go forever. That is absolutely not in your favor. Get on the point, get behind the point, and then on the point, pull pressure from the choke. Okay. Pharah? Okay, so they're running pharmacy. Oh yeah, so you do not want to do this battle against pharmacy. Oh, Winston, what is that? Oh, he didn't die, but he might die. Oh no. So okay, so very sloppy so far. You're just kind of out in the open here. So basically what I wanted you to do was to very quickly, just out the gates, I want you straight away going for, and actually this path that you took isn't that bad. You were just kind of like hesitating and just kind of out in the open, just not really. It felt like you just kind of came here because you're so low on health, right? Like you have 21 health. You got hit and you're like, oh crap, I got to get out of here. But instead, I wanted you to go to this spot deliberately. Like I specifically wanted you to take one of these routes and get here as fast as possible. You actually might die here, so we'll see what happens. Yep, there it is. Yeah, so again, right here you're extremely mute the sound. Right here you're extremely ineffective. You're just not going to put in any work here. You're not applying any pressure on the map. You're completely dead weight right now. The one thing that can save you here is your Widow getting picks on this Pharah. Oh no, this is not good. Okay, so if you watch any of my Genji videos, this is just absolutely the hardest way to play Genji. You're basically going head on against your opponents, right? And you're just hoping that it works. Yeah, not great. Definitely not great. Yeah. So I don't think I need to repeat what I said earlier. I wanted you going for flanks, getting behind your opponents, behind the point, and then engage with the basically sandwich your opponents between you and your teammates. All right, we'll see if you get picks here. Ooh, that's scary. Actually, let's just go back here. So, real quick, I would have liked to say I would have liked to see you stay in this position where you are now, just generally. You went forward for the health pack. That's okay, but you probably should have come back here. This is a pretty good spot for Widow. When you came up here, this was pretty risky, right? Like being this aggressive. Oh, actually, sorry, in this position, right? When you grappled here, very, very risky. If you were back where you were earlier, you still would have had line of sight of this Pharah, right? Yeah. Oh man, yeah, this map drives me crazy. I love this. Is actually my favorite map, but it drives me crazy to see people play it incorrectly all the time. Like even at like grandmaster level, I will, at that level, it's pretty rare, but I will see teams like just totally forget how to play Overwatch on this map and just do really silly things like kind of what your team is doing. Your team is just basically, they're doing everything wrong. They're trickling in, they're bashing their head against the wall on a map like this, which is notoriously difficult to break when you're doing this choke dance. Oh man, this makes me so sad. Yeah, and oh, see, you're going for, so right now you're getting really aggressive when your team is losing the fight. That being said, you don't really have a whole lot of other options. I'm not a big fan of this Widow pick, to be honest. Like, if you're gonna be picking Widow, it sounds silly to say, but you better be getting kills, right? Like, or manipulating the enemy movements of your opponents where they're scared of you, and you're massaging them into uncomfortable positions, which is hard to do on this map. It's much easier on maps like Anubis and King's Row. So, just as a side note, unless again your Widow is like super sick. But obviously, if your Widow is super sick, then you'd be using it very frequently on lots of maps where you might normally. What? Did he miss his flashbang? Oh man, this is definitely gold. Nice pick. Nice. Okay, you're putting your carry pants on. I love it. Thankfully, their McCree was flanking for no reason. Nice pick. Oh, you're on fire. I shouldn't say the McCree was flanking for no reason, but he obviously should have been able to kill you when he did not. And then now you're tearing up their team. So awesome. You turned it on. That's great. Sometimes that happens with Widows. They'll kind of be cold for a while, and then they will pick it up and just start carrying the game. So fun to see. But that's sometimes why players don't like Widows on their team. Because they never know if they're going to get a Widow that's on fire or that's cold. Okay, cool. Tracer. And, just a small thing, you're not using your Widow Mine at all. Like, and I see this sometimes too, and it doesn't make sense to me. Just put it somewhere. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? Like, if you can just put it by, like, a wall where Tracer might come and get tagged by it, then why not? Cool. Yeah, so it's actually driving me a little bit crazy. You're not using your Widow Mine. Like right now, while you have downtime, just put it on a wall somewhere. Any of these walls. Cool. So now it feels like you're getting a little bit cold. Oh, but you got the Mercy heal. Yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about your Widow, except the things I've already said. So I think you specifically wanted me to comment on more of your hero choices. So let's see what else you play. Is that a Torbjorn? Yep, running the Torbjorn. All right. I don't think I've ever done a video on Torbjorn. Let's see what you got to offer. Oh, okay, cool, good, yes, good. So there's kind of off the top of my head, there's kind of two things. There's two ways Torbjorns can put their turret. And they have a Pharah. Okay, cool. This is perfect. Okay, so there's two ways Torbjorns can put a turret. Either a very aggressive style, like the way you have it now, where it's in clear line of sight of the choke. The second is where it's kind of like behind a wall, like like behind this wall, or maybe it's like over here between these two buildings, where it's kind of more hidden, and your opponents have to engage before they take it down, and that's pretty good for dealing with like flankers, Genjis and Tracers, and Pharah not so much. Like Pharah, well, it's gonna so back to Pharah. So there's those two styles, right? Pharah is gonna crush the aggressive position you just put your turret in now. She's gonna kill it almost instantly. So you're almost better going off with the second style, where Pharah has to like kind of commit a little bit more. She has to kind of get into more dangerous territory, like maybe over here, like in this kind of sky area, to then kill your turret, right? So that's probably more the style that you want. And if your opponents engage prematurely, which they probably would at this level, they're gonna have to deal with the turret in their face. Whereas the way you have it now, this aggressive style, Pharah can easily take care of it. So, this aggressive style would be good if your opponents were running more flankers, like maybe a Genji Tracer, and then, like a Winston and a Zarya or something, I don't know, or maybe like a Reinhardt. Anyways, enough examples. So definitely would have been better if you'd placed it more kind of, you know, behind a wall somewhere where it's kind of out of line of sight of the choke. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Oh, but you are running a Orisa, so she'd be able. Oh, they just destroyed it. Never mind. Would have been nice if your Orisa had given you a shield for that. Okay, I don't mind this positioning here. This is good. This is pretty good for the turret. I don't mind it at all. And it heals though. It's dead. Okay, this positioning though, a little bit too far, I think, from the point. Or sorry, like from the fight. I would have liked to see it like maybe like here behind this wall right here. Let me redraw this. Like, so basically use this wall. So then put the turret like here. Something like that. I would have liked to seen that. Those right clicks though, come on. Alright. Wait, what? Did it die? Oh, it did die. Okay. Down, good. Go for left clicks. Yeah, so right now you want to go for left clicks. Yeah, you're pretty much dead. Okay, so yeah, your positioning, or excuse me, your turret positioning not so great. Too aggressive. Oh, okay, you're going for long cord. Go for it. Go, go, go. Right clicks. Nice. Oh shoot, you might win this. Let's wait, what? Oh, you're going for okay. I don't know Torbjorn mechanics very well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you played it decently. I'm not going to comment on a here I don't know very well. Okay, I'll probably comment on your McCree. Or back to the Widow. Okay, cool. Actually, I'm probably going to stop this video then. Genji needs a ton of work strategically. Like, you played it for like a minute and a half, and it was basically completely dead weight. Need you to practice getting behind your opponents. Try to get creative with your flanking paths. They exist. There's some good ones for this map. I won't go into the details of them, but maybe you can search on YouTube for some of those. Widowmaker, you were a little bit too aggressive in my opinion. You got punished for it the first time. The second time, not so much. That being said, you kind of had to the second time, just because you guys were kind of running low on time. Even though, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But, you know, if you want to bust out Widow in comp, I need you to, your aim needs to be way better, just plain and simple. And also, just please try to use your minds a little bit more. Your Torbjorn. The only thing I really have to say about your Torbjorn was your positioning. Try to play, you know, especially against comps like Pharah that have Pharahs. Definitely put them in a more, you know, that those two styles we talked about. Put it in a more defensive style as opposed to your style, which was very aggressive. Just to give an example of when to, you know, place your turret more aggressively, probably like against a Death Ball comp where it's like Rhine, Soldier, McCree, things like that. Cool. I think that's pretty much it. So I hope this video was helpful. And if you liked it, please subscribe. Thank you.